Hello! Welcome back. I have returned with another installment of the Diggersby squad. I'm just gonna go over the team again real quick. If you want a more in-depth description, you can go back to the first episode, because I went probably too in-depth in that one. Anyway, so yeah, we have Scarf Gengar as the lead. It's super fast, great speed control, outspeeds a lot of things, surprisingly. Star of the show, Choice Band Diggersby. You know, it does the thing that Diggersby does. Breaks all the walls. Assault Vest Magnezone to trap Ferrothorn and company. Assault Vest because I want to bluff a choice item, and also because the extra bulk makes it a decent pivot with Volt Switch. This is the new addition to the team, Life Orb and Fernape. This is meant to be the late game cleaner with the lovely variety of moves. Ferrothorn again, defensive, Leech Seed Protect for physical walls and for physical attackers and sand teams. Water Absorb, Defog Mantine for rain teams, special attackers in general, most notably Volcarona, which is a rising threat. And also, I meant to mention this, sorry, in the first episode. Yes, I am aware this team has a horrible fighting weakness, but I'm not sure how to fix it without ruining, without taking out one of the core members. Core members being Gengar, Diggersby, Magnezone, and Fernape. I would take out Gengar and replace it with like Clefable or something, but I really like Scarf Gengar and I really don't want to get rid of it. But this team gets butt-fucked by, well, it's mainly just like a couple of fighting types, like in particular Conkeldurr and Machamp. Machamp is kind of just, Machamp just like fucks like all of my teams basically, because it's stupid and requires no skill to use, especially now that Confusion is broken and triggers like twice as often as it used to, so it's like impossible to break through. Anyway, so yeah, I might try to change the team up a little bit to circumvent the fighting weakness. I was gonna hunt a better Mantine, one with better IVs, so that I could dedicate more EVs to defense, so that I could take on fighting types and other physical attackers better. But it doesn't really fix the fighting weakness that I have, because if Conkeldurr or Machamp have the right coverage, they just fuck me anyway, so I don't know, man. I'll figure something out maybe. Or just ignore the problem, as I do with all of my other problems in life. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get into the battles. Alright, so first off, we got lead Cloister, which is spooky. But I go for a Thunderbolt because I can outspeed it after a Shell Smash, and I can just 2-hit KO it because Focus Sash. I do get the Para. If he Shell Smashed, that didn't matter. But if he Icicle Speared instead, then it did matter. Or if he Ice Sharded after he Shell Smashed. But then he'd have to know that I was Scarf. And no one runs Scarf Gar except for me. Anyway, moving on. So he went into Blissey on my Gengar, and I'm like, ooh, yummy. Diggersby fodder. So I go into Diggersby. I knock off right away because they always switch. And he goes into Gyarados, which is a bit annoying. But I go into Ferrothorn, which is my dedicated physical wall. He actually packs Thunder Wave, which is interesting. But it's not going to save him, because I have already clicked the win button, which is Leech Seed, so his fate is now sealed. Also interestingly, I think he revealed Earthquake, and I assume he has Waterfall, which means Mantine would completely wall him, but it'd get paralyzed, which is not ideal. But he does switch in his own Ferrothorn, and I go right into my Magnezone because that's what it do. He sets up rocks, and I'm like, that's cute. And I just 2-hit KO with HP Fire. He sets up a Leech Seed, but it's not gonna save him. So I take out Ferrothorn. At basically the beginning of the match. Then he goes into Breloom, and I go into Pharaoh to absorb the Spore, which he sets up Swords Dance. I mean, it's obvious I would switch, but I still didn't want him to Spore. I actually stay in, because I actually thought he'd predict me to go into Gengar, because it was clearly baiting a fighting type attack. But whatever. I'm not sure why I let Ferrothorn die there. I mean, it wasn't really going to be of any use anymore, since it's paralyzed and low on health, but I mean, I could have used it for Death Fodder. But whatever. So I go into Infernape instead of Gengar because I don't want Blissey to come in for free, because Gengar just lures in Blissey. I mean, then I could go into I could go into Diggersby again, but Gyarados outspeeds me, which is what he would go into if I went to Diggersby. So I am able to finish off Gyarados because he's low on health, so due to rocks, so I just finish him off. Then he goes into Togekiss, and I go into Magnezone, which is my check to this. And he goes for Air Slash, which misses, but that doesn't really matter because I'm an Assault Vest Magnezone. I Volt Switch into Diggersby. I live the Flamethrower because Assault Vest Magnezone. And I get a free switch into Diggersby. Oh, and then he Rage Quits. Well, there you go. now this battle. I remember this battle. This battle's stupid. Um, so he leads off Magnezone, which is weird, first of all. Why would you lead Magnezone? But I go into Diggersby right away, and he goes into Blissey, which is great for me, and I knock off, which is also great for me. I double knock off because I know he's going to switch, and if he stays in, I'll kill him. But he does switch into Azumarill. I knock off his Choice Band, which is nice. But, I mean, it's eh. I like the fact that I know that he's Choice Band. Like, I think that's the only good thing about knocking it off. The fact that I knew it was Choice Band. So I didn't have to, well, so I don't have to worry about it possibly being Belly Drum. But yeah, knocking off its Choice Band is kind of bad because, you know, I could have easily played around it with the Choice Band. But anyway, moving on. I have Ferrothorn in on I have Ferrothorn in on the Azumarill, and then he switched to Slowbro, and I go into Diggersby, expecting him to Calm Mind, but he actually reveals Flamethrower. And then Diggersby died because I don't remember why. He lived. I think I knocked off, and he lived and killed me. Something like that. And I'm sad. So I go into Magnezone and I Volt Switch in Infernape because obvious Blissey switching is obvious. And I go for, I went for Close Combat. The switch was obvious, but I think I was afraid that he might stay in because some people will randomly stay in on things like that, and then I get punished for their stupid play. I mean, like, it's possible they could be predicting me, but the way that they have played before would not indicate that. So he goes into Magnezone. I think I killed Slowbro, but I'm not sure. I killed some. Oh, I Grass Knotted and killed Azumarill when he switched. So then he goes into Magnezone, and I know it's Scarf because he went into Magnezone on an Infernape. So I go into my own Magnezone and actually trap his and kill it with HP Fire because I'm Assault Vest. See, look, the Assault Vest mag works. Look at that. Right? And you doubted me. I know you doubted me. Don't lie. So he goes into Slowbro, and I'm like, ooh, this is my time. He thinks I'm locked in, but no, he goes into Mamoswine. I think he figured out that I was Assault Vest. I don't think I revealed that I wasn't choiced before, but I think he had a hunch. Probably because of how well I was taking certain hits. But yeah, Mamoswine is spooky, does a lot of damage, but I go into Ferrothorn and Leech Seed. I press the win button. And now begins the stall. Oh, I get up my rocks first, though, because rocks are important. Never leave home without them. I do protect, which is good. Do I switch into Mantine, or do I let Ferrothorn die? Because the switch is obvious, but I'm also, like, scared. But I did switch. I think, yeah, he does go for Earthquake anyway. And I Roost, I think? Yeah, I Roost because he'll die and I'll heal off the damage. He goes into Blissey as I Roost. And I go back to Magnezone to pivot into Infernape. And he actually reveals the Thunderbolt, which is annoying. And this is where it is especially annoying because you're about to see it. Yes. that damage, he crit my Infernape, which was crucial for the rest of the match. Now, spoiler alert, I am going to lose now because my Infernape is too low on health, so it doesn't have enough Life Orb hits left to beat him. And so now I'm just fucked because he crit my Infernape with Thunderbolt. Yep. It's bullshit. But yeah, so for the rest of the match, I'm trying to salvage the game. I'm trying to, like, finesse my way to victory. Like, you know, I'm trying to fuck with him, and, basically I'm trying to get him to, like, fuck up so that I can, you know, trick him. I'm trying to trick him so that I can win. But unfortunately that does not work out. And I lose because of a crit. And yes, I am a bit salty. But it's fine. It happens. Can't win them all. But, yeah. I just sped all this up because it's kind of pointless for you to watch. It's just a lot of back and forth. Me trying fruitlessly to get him to fuck up. Yup. My suffering is about to end, though. Thankfully. Yep, there we go. Alright, so, now we have lead Tyranitar. I just go into Ferrothorn. I actually, see that he has Earthquake, which is, good information. But I just switch right into Diggersby. I double out, predicting a Magnezone to come in. But he just goes into Excadrill. And I switch into Mantine on the Earthquake. But he actually doubles out as well. I guess he realizes that I can live a hit Diggersby. I don't know. But I just go into Magnezone, and he predicts the switch and goes for Aura Sphere. I switched because I was testing to see if he was T-Wave or not. But yeah, Oh, he switched in a Ferrothorn on my Magnezone. I think he must believe that I am choiced if he would make such a ballsy play. That would have been fantastic if I had gone for Thunderbolt, though. But no, I Volt switched into Gengar to get a safe switch into it to kill with Sludge Bomb. If it lived. But yeah, so I go back into Ferrothorn, which I'm surprised he stayed in with Ferrothorn after he saw that I had a Magnezone. But I am able to trap it and take it out, and he goes into Tyranitar again. I think, okay, I Volt Switch. I was thinking about Flash Cannon because I didn't think he would Earthquake, which he didn't. However, I wasn't confident in the amount of damage Flash Cannon would do, so I instead just wanted to pivot out. But based on the damage that Volt Switch did, I think Flash Cannon would have probably killed it. He might be offensive. I think he might be like DD or something. But anyways, he goes into Gliscor. And Skliscore is interesting because it does not have a Toxic Orb. And it is SD, which means it is Sandveil in the sand, which is upsetting. And look, there you go. I missed a Gyro Ball. Yeah, I just stay in with Ferrothorn on this because I really don't have anything better to go into. Actually, I could've... Why didn't I sack Magnus? Oh, I think I wanted to waste the sand turns because I didn't want to risk missing when I tried to revenge it. Yeah, that makes sense. So now the sandstorm subsides, and I'm actually able to keep my Ferrothorn alive, and I sack Magnezone. He roosts again, but it's fine. He just takes me out anyway. Now I go into Gengar to revenge it, though I'm not entirely confident that I can kill it. I am scared. I think that's why I went to Gengar first. Yeah, I didn't kill it. That's why I went to Gengar first, because I valued Infernape more. Well, Diggersby also has priority, so I valued Diggersby and Infernape more. But doesn't he still have a Togekiss? I don't know. Yeah, he does still have a Togekiss. But I think I decided that it was Scarf, so I was like, okay, that's gonna be easy to play around. So I go into Mantine. He Aura Spheres again, predicting me to go into Ferrothorn, which I don't really understand because my Ferrothorn is low on health, that he could just kill me with Air Slash. If Air Slash doesn't kill, then it 2-hit KOs. He's staying in with Togekiss and he just keeps Aura Sphering for some reason. I really don't know why. He basically just sacked his Togekiss, because now it's in range to be revenged by Diggersby. I switch into Diggersby, I think on a Stone Edge from Mantine, or targeted at Mantine, and I just Earthquake. I was thinking about Frustration because I was predicting a switch, but I've noticed that people really like to stay in on Diggersby with Tyranitar, and then I just end up frustrationing them, and then I like die or I take a bunch of damage, and it's really frustrating. I don't know if it's just because they don't know what Diggersby does, or they don't have anything they want to take the hit, which is understandable, but still. Anyway, so we went to Garchomp, and I just attacked in case he wanted to Swords Dance. But he just killed me, and I go into Ferrothorn, and I think he outraged, and I was able to just stall him out with Leech Seed and all that stuff. He goes into Excadrill, and for some reason starts Swords Dancing, even though I'm pretty sure the Sandstorm just wore out. Or either that, or it's like just about to. Pretty sure it already wore out, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wore out, but he's like adamant on setting up these SDs that aren't gonna do anything because I have an Infernape in the back that he has seen. So I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, I do go into Infernape and finish it off with a Flamethrower? Yeah, Flamethrower. Oh my god. So that just leaves his Togekiss, which can win at this point if he gets I mean, I'm not sure how much Air Slash does to Mantine, but he could flinch me to death, but he actually locks himself into Aura Sphere, which is like, what? I still have Mantine. Why? I don't know. This guy doesn't know how to play a Togekiss. I'm not even sure if he even had Air Slash based on, because I don't think he ever went for it. But anyway, now we have a new game with Amoonguss lead, which is annoying because I don't want anything to go to sleep. So I go into Ferrothorn to absorb the sleep, and then I double into Diggersby. Because Diggersby. I'm not sure what I was predicting, but Diggersby. And he actually goes into Heracross, and I mean, I'm glad to see that this man has good taste, because I too am a Heracross user. But yeah, I go into Mantine on the close combat, I take a shitload of damage, and I immediately know that it's Choice Band based on the damage, so now I know that I can play around it. Otherwise, that thing would be a horrible threat to my team. Could probably just like single-handedly fuck my entire team if he was like Flame Orb. Which, by the way, not sure why he's not Flame Orb. I think that a Flame Orb set would be way better than a Choice Band one. Because you get the same amount of attack, but the freedom of choice. Anyway, so he goes into Aerodactyl. I think I switched in Ferrothorn on a knockoff, and then I think I protected first because I was scouting for Fire Blast. And he just sets up rocks, and then he taunts me the following turn, which was obvious, but I don't know, I still tried to Leech Seed. I should have Gyro Balled because it would have done a shitload. But I did get to Gyro Ball, and I hit his Heracross for a ton of damage. He close combats me as I switch into Gengar. Honestly, he's not playing Heracross very well. Like, he's not predicting very well. So I'm able to play around him super easily. If he had made like any kind of predictions before, like, I would be kind of fucked probably. Anyway though, I contemplate staying in with Gengar because I want to burn a turn of sleep, and I figure he's going for Defog, even though he went through the effort of setting up rocks with his Aerodactyl. But he goes into Amoonguss again, and I go back into Gengar to burn sleep again. And he goes into Heracross again. I think I was thinking about just attacking, because I figured I might wake up that turn, because I think I've been asleep for 2 turns. So it'd be likely that I would wake up that turn. But I decided not to risk it and just go into Ferrothorn again, as he does indeed knock off again. So I take it. Now he goes into Infernape, which is spooky, but I'm also like, I would like, I guess, glad to see another Infernape running around. I do let him take out my Ferrothorn. He actually uses an Overheat. So I take the opportunity to go into Gengar again and try and wake up. Since he's at -2. He goes into Mandibuzz again, and I actually double Sludge Bomb because I feel like I can 2-hit KO, but I actually don't. I think that was a roll. Also, I thought he might try and Roost, but I do get the poison and take him out with that, so we both go down. I go into Infernape because I don't want him to get a free switch into Heracross, as he does go into that, which is why I didn't go into Diggersby. I just go for Mach Punch to take it out. I'm not sure why I went for Mach Punch, but that's what I did, and he goes into Clefable, which is lucky for him that he came in on a Mach Punch. Then he doubles into Aerodactyl as I go into Diggersby, and I just 2-hit KO with Frustration. I think he taunted me, which is weird. I mean, like, maybe he thought I would Swords Dance, but I mean, I think Diggersby's come out. Well, I don't know if Diggersby's hit anything before this. Anyway, so he sets up rocks again. I go into Mantine. See, now he could easily knock off here, but he doesn't. He just keeps going for... He keeps attacking what's in front of him, which is not the best strategy. Not the worst strategy either, but it's not the best either. I let him take out my Mantine, and I go into Infernape. I let him take out Mantine because I don't think I could afford to switch into anything else. So I go into Infernape. I just go for Flamethrower this time, as I should have done before. I'm not sure why I didn't. I go for a second Flamethrower because I'm curious if I can take it out. But no, he's able to get just a little bit more health. So I go into Diggersby again, as he Moonlights again, which is fine. But I go for Frustration this time to... Oh, well, he goes into a Moongus, which is not a switch in, my friend. I'm sorry. That is not the answer. So I'm able to take out that annoying Amoonguss, thankfully, because he has underestimated the power of Diggersby. So he goes into Heracross again, and I sack Magnezone because it doesn't seem useful anymore at this point. Because he has Clefable left. He has Clefable and Infernape. So it's not going to be useful against either. Well, because I have Infernape and Diggersby for Clefable anyway, so yeah. But I go for Flamethrower. And he switches in Clefable again, which gets hit with a crit, which means I am able to 2-hit KO it. Not sure how much the crit mattered, because I would have just gone back into Diggersby and hit something. But he goes into his own Infernape, and I Mach Punch because I'm worried that he'll Mach Punch me and kill me. Which he did go for Mach Punch, and I outspeed because I have max speed Infernape. So that was a good play. But I go into Diggersby, and he actually doesn't Mach Punch because I guess he doesn't know that Diggersby gets Quick Attack. And because of that, I am able to narrowly escape defeat. So yeah, that's the game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.